There's a kind of politeness in Ireland. That doesn't sound like politeness at all. It's layered, coded, almost musical. A system of gentle dodges, soft truths, and a million tiny kindnesses, wrapped in jokes, nods, and sure, look. If you listen closely, you'll discover that every Irish conversation is a quiet masterpiece of social grace. Not loud, not obvious, just beautifully human. Let me show you how it works. Chapter 1. The Art of Not Being a Burden. Irish politeness begins with a quiet, nearly invisible promise. A vow whispered beneath every word, every hesitation, every soft smile. I will not weigh on you. Not today, not ever. This isn't something people say out loud. It's something they perform, in the small, careful ways that stitch Irish life together. It's in how they stand back to let you speak first, how they offer help you'll never accept, how they downplay their own needs so you don't feel guilty for having yours. This promise shows up everywhere, woven into conversations that dance around the point, gentle gestures that speak louder than any sentence, and refusals that are somehow more affectionate than the acceptance that follows. Take the holy ritual of tea. When someone asks, "Will you have a cup?" You can't just say yes. That would be far too direct, too heavy, too certain. The first answer must be no. Not because you don't want it, not because you don't like them, but because saying yes immediately feels like you're placing a weight in their hands. And Irish people, they avoid putting weight in anyone's hands if they can help it. The first refusal is a soft shield, a small act of respect, a way to say, "I don't assume you meant it. I don't want to take anything you didn't truly intend to give." Then comes the second part of the dance. They insist, not dramatically, just a warm, steady, a go on, go on. A smile that says, "No, really, I want to do this for you." Only then, after the offer is repeated, and the sincerity is clear, do you finally say yes. A gentle surrender, a mutual acknowledgement that everyone means well. Because it's never been about the tea. It's about tenderness disguised as routine. It's about the soft choreography of care, their effort meeting your reluctance, your acceptance meeting their insistence. This is the Irish way. A culture where love hides inside courtesy, where kindness wears the mask of modesty, where two hearts quietly try, not to trouble each other, even while doing everything they can, to take care of each other anyway. It's the art of giving without pressure, receiving without taking, and protecting each other from the feeling of being a burden, the deepest Irish fear, and the deepest Irish affection. Chapter 2. Compliments must be dodged. Compliments in Ireland are handled the way you'd handle an heirloom vase. With caution, with two hands, and preferably with someone else holding the bottom. They're treated like something almost too precious, too shiny, too bold, to accept without a bit of gentle resistance. So instead of catching a compliment, the Irish do what they've been perfecting for generations. They dodge it. They soften it. They wrap it in a blanket of humility so it doesn't feel overwhelming. You say, "Your dress is lovely." And the answer comes instantly, instinctively. "Ah, stop, it's ancient. I've had it since the floods." You say, "You're great at that." And they swat the praise away like a fly hovering too close. "Sure, I'm only muddling through. Barely know what I'm doing." It's not embarrassment. It's not low self-esteem. It's not even false modesty. It's cultural choreography. A polished, time-tested ritual where praise is accepted only after it's been properly downplayed. Because to take a compliment straight on, without flinching, without brushing it off, would feel too direct, too exposed, like standing in bright light when everyone else is standing in a soft, gray drizzle. This ritual isn't self-deprecation. It's etiquette. A small, humble bow in the middle of a conversation. A way of saying, "I hear your kindness. I appreciate it. But let's not create a wall between us. Let's stay grounded. Let's stay equal." In Ireland, equality isn't about rules or slogans. It's emotional. It's felt. Compliments, if accepted too eagerly, risk lifting someone too high above the crowd. And nobody here wants to be perched on a pedestal. It's windy up there. Much nicer to stay on level ground with everyone else, where the warmth moves easily back and forth. Humility is the heartbeat of Irish conversation. Not shrinking from praise, not hiding in the shadows, but keeping things steady, making sure no one feels like they're shining too brightly, or not brightly enough. It's an invitation to comfort, a reminder that connection lives in the middle, in the shared space, where you can tease each other, praise each other, and still stay close. In Ireland, dodging a compliment isn't rejection. It's belonging. A soft, familiar dance that brings everyone down to the same warm, reachable level, where affection is easy, where laughter is close, and where no one ever stands alone in a spotlight they didn't ask for. Chapter 3. Insults that mean friendship. Irish affection is strange. Beautifully strange. Strange in that warm, crooked smile way, like someone handing you a gift wrapped in sarcasm, but tied with a bow of absolute loyalty. Because in Ireland, the people who adore you the most are often the same people who will roast you alive over the smallest mistake. It's practically a language. A love language, really. Just one spoken with raised eyebrows and half-suppressed laughter. The closer an Irish person is to you, the more likely they are to gently mock you, poke at you, give you a tiny shove with their words. To say, I know you. You're mine. We're good. You spill tea? Oh, brace yourself. You're a menace. A menace, as if you've single-handedly threatened national security. You forget your keys? Forget it. You'd lose your head if it wasn't glued on. And the delivery is never harsh. It's soft, teasing, almost affectionate. There's a little smile hiding in each syllable. Behind every playful insult is an unspoken truth. A truth that never needs to be said aloud because it's woven into the tone. I feel safe with you. I trust you. You're one of my people. Humor becomes the bridge. Sometimes the only bridge. Between two hearts that don't necessarily know how to say, I care about you, without laughing right after. It becomes the bond. The thread. The secret handshake only insiders understand. If an Irish person teases you, congratulations. You've made it past the surface. You're in the circle. You've graduated from polite smiles to affectionate jabs, from small talk to soul-level banter. But if they stay polite, if they stay neat, formal, well-behaved, if they keep their tone tidy and their sentences balanced, you're not quite there yet. You're loved, maybe. Respected, probably. But you're still standing at the perimeter, watching the fire from outside the ring. Because in Ireland, true closeness comes wrapped in cheeky remarks, mock horror, and the kind of banter that would sound rude anywhere else, but somehow feels like home here. It's not meanness. It's not disrespect. It's trust, disguised as chaos. To be teased is to be accepted. To be mocked is to be loved. And to laugh with someone, while they call you a disaster, is to know, deep down, that you belong exactly where you're standing. Chapter 4. Apologies for everything. Ireland is the land where apologies float through the air like mist over a quiet morning field. You brush past someone on a narrow street? Sorry. Even if it's only a whisper of accidental contact, a fleeting shoulder against yours. The words slip out before thought. A soft acknowledgement that, for a moment, you shared the same space. The bus is late, humming slowly down a rain-slicked road. Sorry about that. Not because the driver caused harm. Not because anyone is truly at fault. But because the pause, the wait, the tiny irritation, is felt collectively, and someone needs to smooth it. To whisper back to the world, we notice, we care. And when the sky shifts without warning, trading blue calm for sudden silver tears, an Irish voice rises. Ah, sorry now. Even the rain is not an excuse for rudeness. Even nature itself warrants a polite bow. The apology here is never really about blame. It isn't a confession or a contract of guilt. It is something far subtler, far stranger, and far more beautiful. A way of softening the edges of life. A cushion woven from words. A small invisible quilt of human kindness, laid gently between strangers. It is emotional courtesy made manifest. A gentle sigh that travels through language, from one person to another, to remind them, you are seen. You are acknowledged. You are not alone in this tiny collision of existence. It is not guilt. It is not shame. It is a quiet, deliberate grace. A gentleness in motion, rippling through everyday life like a secret river. The Irish apologize not to make amends for wrongs, but to cradle the human heart, to cushion the world, to let each person pass through it feeling lighter, even for a heartbeat. In Ireland, apologies are not spoken. They are lived. They are the invisible thread that tugs us closer. The soft hum beneath the clamor of routine. The tender acknowledgement that life is unpredictable, and yet we can meet its little surprises. With kindness, with warmth, with words that feel like a hand resting gently on your shoulder. Chapter 5. The Ritual of the Goodbye. Leaving an Irish home is not a simple matter of stepping out the door. It is a journey through time itself, a ceremony, a gentle unraveling of moments, where every second stretches, soft and elastic, like sunlight lingering over a quiet hillside. The first right, we're off, is never truly the end. It is the signal, the delicate first note, that the symphony of departure is about to begin. And even then, it is only the beginning of the end, a prelude to the small ritual that will follow, layered, slow, and somehow sacred. Then comes the doorway chat, the half-step paused, the lingering glance over shoulders. 10 more minutes of words, of laughter spilled across the threshold, of stories looping back like smoke curling from a chimney. Nothing is hurried here. Nothing is abrupt. Every word is a small tether, keeping you close, keeping you present. Then comes the coat conversation, the shuffle of hands into pockets, the tug of scarves, the adjustment of buttons. Another 10 minutes added, as if the simple act of dressing can delay the inevitable, can make the departure gentler, can make the world outside just a little softer, just a little less cold. Then the front step, the slow descent down familiar stones, the path to the car stretching before you like a story still being told. The window rolls down for just one more tale, one last memory, one final laugh, to carry with you beyond the gate. Every anecdote, every pause, every sideways glance is a stitch in the invisible blanket, the Irish wrap around those they cherish. Goodbyes here stretch like warm taffy, pulling, softening, lingering, because letting go has never been an Irish strength. They do not release easily. They do not see departure as a clean line, but as a river that bends, twists, and meanders through every crack and corner of the heart. They like to keep you close, for as long as the world allows, and sometimes even longer, tugging gently at your sleeve, with conversation, with laughter, with small reminders. You are loved. You are remembered. You are not yet gone. Every goodbye is a ritual here, a meditation on the beauty of human connection, a way to stretch time, to slow it, to savor it, to wrap each guest in warmth before the cold outside touches them. Leaving an Irish home is leaving with more than memories. You take with you a piece of the hearth, a fragment of conversation, a lingering echo of voices that will follow you, long after the engine starts, long after the driveway disappears behind a bend in the road. Because in Ireland, goodbyes are never endings. They are love made tangible, one careful, lingering word at a time. Chapter 6. Politeness as protection. Beneath every Irish gesture, every "ah stop," every "sorry," every soft tease that dances just at the edge of conversation, there is something quietly, profoundly happening. It is subtle, almost invisible to those untrained in its rhythm, but it is there, like the pulse of the land itself. Steady, unassuming, protective. Politeness here is more than habit. It is armor, a shield crafted not for defiance, but for safeguarding hearts, both the speakers and the listeners. It allows people to navigate life's tender moments without tearing open the raw edges of vulnerability. It cushions discomfort. It softens the sting of disagreement. It makes space for human fragility without ever announcing it. Every casual remark carries intention. Every soft correction or gentle rebuke is a careful dance of care. "Mind yourself now" is not idle advice. It is a whispered heartbeat across the distance. "I care about you more than words can hold. Don't be overdoing it" is not criticism, but a lantern of concern quietly set along your path, illuminating the worry that lies just beneath the surface. "Even sure, it'll be grand" is not naive optimism. It is reassurance carved into language. A promise, you are not alone. You will not face the storm without someone watching over you. Politeness in Ireland is never shallow. It is deliberate. It is soulful, a living, breathing emotional system, designed to shield hearts, without ever making the act of caring feel like a burden. It is humility worn like clothing, affection disguised as understatement, gentleness hiding behind humor, protection tucked beneath the surface of every word and gesture. It teaches something quietly revolutionary, that one can hold someone in the mind, wrap them in concern, and never let the weight of that care fall heavily upon them. It is subtle love in motion, so natural it seems invisible, yet so powerful it shapes how people experience the world around them. In Ireland, kindness does not demand attention. It does not seek applause. It hums beneath conversation, rests in pauses, lingers between sentences, and protects those it touches with a soft, unspoken insistence. Politeness is their language of guardianship, their way of saying, I see you, I value you, I will hold the fragile edges of your heart as carefully as I hold my own. And when you understand this, when you feel the depth beneath the soft words, you realize that the Irish gift of politeness is really a gift of love, quiet, patient, invisible, yet strong enough to carry the weight of many lives without ever collapsing. So next time you hear an Irish person say, sure, it'll be grand, listen carefully, because beneath the casual words, there's something ancient and tender and quietly brilliant. It's a kindness that doesn't boast, a gentleness that doesn't announce itself, a politeness crafted not from rules, but from heart.